Today we are diving into video lesson 5, and this is the final video lesson of Microsoft Excel package. What we're going to do right now, and in this video lesson, we're going to do real life project. I want to show you how you can use the knowledge you've gathered in this course and specifically in Excel and apply it in real life. So we're going to create a scenario, then you're going to use that scenario to perform a certain project. Actually, if time allows us, we're going to do 2 projects. Let's get to it. Let's get into it. Now, I'm going to shift now focus. We're going to shift from logical functions, and I want us to go back to a new worksheet. So let's see, we have cut marks, we have means of transportation. This is all work we have done. We have cut marks again, we have cut marks again. All right, we're going to use this worksheet here because the information that we have here is not that important. We're going to change it, but before we even do any of those, let's do one very important thing that we haven't done up to this point. You need to save your work. We have not been saving our work, and if you're using a desktop, anything can happen and you can lose your data immediately. If this blackout, or if you lose power, if your system loses power, you can lose your work. So let's save this work. This is not a new procedure. We've done this before. So you just go to file, you click file, and then you go to save, you click save. Since you are saving it for the first time, Excel is going to require you to give your work a name and then specify where you want to save it. So let's call this work Excel Practicals. All right, that's the name. I'm gonna delete it. I want to save it with capital letters, so Excel Practicals. Where are we going to save it? Desktop. So let's go to desktop. You double click desktop, and we're always saving our work on my course practice. So I'm going to double click my course practice folder to open it. So click it twice, very fast. Here you are. This way we're going to save our work. So just click save. Good. What you notice at the top here, it's saved as Excel Practical. Great. Now that you have your work saved, let's continue. Now, what I want us to do is, I want you to imagine that you are an accountant. Okay, so I'm gonna make you an accountant for a few minutes. I want you to imagine that you're an accountant and you are employed in this institution whereby you're supposed to collect student school fees. You're supposed to determine at any given time the balance. Okay, and you want to create a system in Excel whereby each time a student reduces their balance, Excel will, once you update the fee they have paid, you want Excel to automatically recalculate for you the fee balance. So how do you do that? I want to show you how you can do that. I want to show you how they do that. So let's get started. First of all, we have to create data very fast that captures all the information about students. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually come up with a very quick data, and this data is going to have student. Okay, you're going to have student name, and then we're going to have I want to make the data very simple, okay, so that it's actually easy to work on. So we're going to have student name, and then we're going to have the course the student is doing, the course. So let's have admission number. We're going to have admission admin number, and then we're going to have the course the student is doing, and then we're going to have term 1, or you can call it semester 1, and then we're going to have, okay, let's just space it up, we're going to have semester 2. Let's see, we have student name, we have admission number. What's the admission number of the student? Let's just come up with admission numbers. 2000, and the student admission number is 2001, and this is 2002, and this is 2003, and this is 2004. Okay, 2004, this student is doing ICT, and this student is doing human resource, so human resource, and this student is doing engineering, and this student here is doing procurement, and this student here is doing, which other course do we need here? Let's say theology. Okay, let's say theology, and this student here is doing first let's enter the name. This should be Jane. And Jane admission number is 205, and Jane is doing a course in beauty therapy. And then you have another student here called Jolly. Jolly is doing a course in speaker course, like Jolly is doing a course in so to come up with that course that has a short name, first of all, let's give Jolly admission number. Great. So Jolly is doing a course in fashion and design. And then lastly, we have a student called Nora, and Nora is doing a course admission number 207. Nora is doing a course in food and beverage. Okay, so those are the courses, and then this is the level. This course is doing certificate. We call this one level. The level for this one is certificate. Okay, and the level for this one is diploma, and the level for this one is certificate, and the level for this one is diploma, and the level for this one is certificate, and the level for this one is let's resize. The level for this one is certificate. The level for this one, again, let's try to resize this. Just a minute. Great. Level for this one is fashion and design. It's just this fashion and design. Great. So it's fashion and design, sorry, fashion and design, food and beverage. So this is certificate level and this is diploma level. Great. And this fee for term 1 or semester 1, if you would, first semester, you can actually write first semester, you write 1 and then ST semester, and we're going to have, allow me to zoom in. So now let's resize this, the first semester. And what's the fee for the first semester? Let's assume first semester, let's assume it's 50,000. Let's assume this is 60,000. This is 55,000, and this is certificate. This is certificate. Let's say this is 46,000. Certificate engineering, this is 50,000. Diploma procurement, this is 49,000 per term. And then you have theology, and this is going to be it's going to be 30,000 per term. Beauty is going to be 47,000. Fashion design is going to be 47,500,000, and this is going to be 49,000. So let's assume that's the fee per term, and here we're going to have fee paid, and then here we are going to have balance. Okay, and then let's get rid of all this other here. Great, let's resize all this in a way that is easy to see what's going on here. This certificate level, this semester fee, so leave that one as semester 1, and this is a fee paid, and here you want to get all the balances. So every time you update your fee, a student comes and pays to reduce the amount of, to reduce their areas, you want Excel to be able to automatically update and get you the fees balance without you having to calculate it. So click there, this is fee balance. Sorry, fee, it's actually fee balance. Let's remove this, and then let's give title this one up student fee payment, students fee payment. Great. So now you want to be able to track students fee payment. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go to home, and I think we are good. So we have the students here, and just to make these students, let's just remove this. Okay, so we know these are the students, this is the admission number of the students, this is the course they are doing, this is the level of the course This is the semester. This is the fee they have paid in every semester, and this is going to be the balance. So now what you want is so first of all, now let's enter the fees paid for the students. Assume now Michael comes and pays school fees, and they have paid, let's say for instance, 12,000. Okay, and James comes and pays 16,700, and we have Harrison comes and pays 19,300, and you have Samson who comes and pays 21,000, and we have Melvin who comes and pays 27,800, and then we have Jane who comes and pays 20, let's say that 50, that's 2,500, and then we have this student. The student comes and pays 21,900, and you have this student who come and pays 41,600. Great. So now here you are, you have your data. Remember, you can increase or you can include a lot of things in this data. I just want to use a simple data to show you how this one works. So now here you are the accountant, the student they have come, and this is what they have paid. So now you want to calculate the balance. Now you must already know what you're supposed to do, but I want to show you how. By using Excel, you don't have to always calculate the fee balance. Excel can recalculate the fee balance for you automatically if you enter the function correctly. So what you do, let's calculate the current fee balance. So I want the fee balance there, so I click fee balance, and then I click here. Now what I need to do there is I want to set up the formula for calculating fee balance. So equal sign, and then we are interested in picking this total amount that the student is supposed to pay per term. Okay, and then it's supposed to subtract this amount here, and then you click OK. So here you are, you get the total balance. You click a drag, and there you go. So now the student have reported and they have paid their school fees, and that's what they have paid. Now somewhere along the way, you decide to send this student to go and collect their fee. So they come back, and then they come and reduce their fee arrears. Now I want you to notice that this is the current fee balance. Let's say this student called Michael comes and pays another 12,000. So you're going to have to enter the fee paid at this moment, and the fee paid at this moment is going to be now 24,000. What you'll notice is that once you end up 24,000 here, Excel is going to recalculate the balance for you without you having to calculate it again. Let's see how that one works. So we come here, you click there, student pays 12,000 again. So you come here and change the 12,000 to 24,000. So you type in 24,000. It's 24,000. So now when you click away, what you notice is automatically Excel will calculate the fee balance. You don't have to calculate the fee balance again. All you need to do is update the fee paid, and Excel will automatically recalculate the fee balance for you. So this student comes and pays 10,000, initially this was 16,700, so they paid 10,000. This becomes 26,700. Okay, go to the next. Excel automatically recalculates the fee balance for that student. This then comes and pays more fees to the extent that they have paid now 30,000. Actually, that's 2,000. That's 2,000. Excel will automatically recalculate and tell you the fee balance. And this student comes and pays, let's say, maybe 38,000. Excel will recalculate and tell you what the balance is, and this student comes and pays, let's say, 35,70. Okay, was that 5,700? Sorry. This student comes and pays 27,000. Actually, 27,100. Continue. Notice Excel will automatically recalculate it for you, and this student comes and pays something like that, 9,560. Excel automatically calculate the balance for you, and this student comes and pays 25,390. Excel will automatically recalculate this for you, and this student comes and pays something like 46,790. And Excel will automatically recalculate the balance. For what you're going to notice is that once you enter the right formula for this calculation once here, any updates that you make here is going to actually adjust the fee balance, and you're going to be able to know what's the fee balance for that student without you having to recalculate it. And this is how Excel is used in real life. So it makes your work easier. You don't have to do all those calculations. As long as you've entered the right formula, Excel will automatically keep on updating the fee balance as long as payments are being done. So here's your homework at this point. I want you to create your own data of your choice, and this will come later on. I want you to take time later on. You create your own data. I'm giving you the assignment right now. You create your own data of your choice. You can add as much information that you want here, maybe the admission number, the reporting date of this specific student, maybe you can indicate the year if you want to show the year, the conduct, any information that you want about that student. And then at the end of the day, the most important thing is you're going to show the semester and the fee they are supposed to pay. Semester, you can have semester, and then you can indicate here semester 1, and then next you can have fee per semester, and then indicate the fee per semester, and then you're going to have another column, the fee paid, and then after that, fee balance. The point is you can put any kind of data that you want here, but at the end of the day, you should have fee per semester, fee paid, and then fee balance. And then notice that every time you update fee paid, it will update the fee balance for you. And if you increase the fee per semester, then it is going to also update this balance for you. So that is what I want you to do after this video lesson. But before you settle down for that, I want us to do one more thing, and then we're going to wrap up this lesson, and I'm going to give you time to practice on both of this. So now what we do at this moment is let's save the changes that we've made. Okay, and let's actually rename this cell, this worksheet. Let's call it fee payment. So I right click the worksheet, I'll rename, and then I can call this one fee payment. Then you click away. By naming your worksheet accordingly, you can always tell where a given data in your worksheet or in your workbook is kept, and that's very, very important. Now let's go to the final thing. We're good to open this main. All right, that one is, let's go to sales. Okay, we have just good fee payment. We're going to make a copy of fee payment, and you're going to create another scenario, and I want to show you how you can use Excel if you are like a salesperson and you want to track sales, or if you are an accountant in a given company and you want to track the sales in a given year or in a given month. How do you handle that, and how do you use MS Excel to determine the sales and be able to understand whether there was a drop in the revenue, meaning you didn't make as much sales as you meant. You can have 2 years or 2 months and compare which of this month did I make more sales and what product did I sell more. I want to show you how you do that. So now we're going to have a copy of fee payment. So just right click fee payment, I click move for copy, and then I click create copy, and then I click OK. Here we are, and I want to name this cell, let's call it sales tracking. Okay, and then this is where we track our sales for our company. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have months, and this can be January, allow me to delete the rest of this data. Great, so that can be January, and this can be February. Now at this point I want to show you something. There's something that we call autofill series. Autofill series whereby if you want to have a series of, let's say, like days, day 1, day 2, day 3, a series of data like day 1, day 2, day 3, or January, February, March, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to create a series of data and they are, just a minute, great. So if you want to create a series of data like day 1, day 2, day 3, week 1, week 2, week 3, or January, February, March, rather than type all that, you can create the first 2 entries like January and February. Once you create the first 2 entries, all you need to do is use what you call autofill series. Here's how it works. You create the first 2, and then you click the first one, and then you come here. Now we've done autofill, but the autofill that we've been using when performing calculation is totally different from autofill series. Autofill series whereby you enter the first 2 entries, then you go to the first one, you select it, then you come here and you're going to see this dot on the bottom right. And now using the right mouse button, not the left, the right mouse button, you click, then you drag. When you drag down, it's supposed to fill out the rest of the data for you. So let's drag down up to June, like there, up to June, and then you release. Once you release the left mouse button, it's going to fill out the remaining data for you: January, February, March, April, May, June. And if you continue, it's going to run it up to December. There you go. So you don't have to fill out all the details. The system will do it for you. Excel is meant to recognize what you're actually looking for and then give it to you. And it can be week 1, week 2, week 3. Once you enter week 1, week 2, it's able to identify that you want that series week 3, week 4, week 5. Or you can enter day 1, day 2, day 3. And that is how you use autofill series. Alright, let's now continue. So we have January, February, and this, we're going to have some products here that we want to be selling in these 2 months, actually this month. And the best way to present this, let me see the best way to present this: January, February, March. and then we can have okay, you can have different products here. Product 1, product 2, product 3. Okay, let's change it. Let's have January here, and let's have February. Let's try whether we can use autofill series and fill it across. Okay, let's see that this one will work. You click there, you come there, you use the right mouse button, and then you drag. Let's see that this one works, and then you click fill series. There you go. Great, it works. Just like this one, you enter the first two, and then you click on the first one, press down the right mouse button, and then you drag. When you release it, you're going to see these commands: click fill series, and it will automatically fill the rest of that for you. Now let's have product here. Now we have product like let's say we were selling things like laptops, and we are selling things like keyboard, or we are selling things like printer, and we are selling mobile phones. Okay, actually let's be very specific. We have the Sam, we have Samsung phone, and we are selling something like tablets, maybe Techno tablet. And then let's remove the whole of this. So here you have these products that you're selling. You want to see the sales that you make on January, sales you make that on Feb, sales that you make on March, April, May, probably June. So let's remove this data. Great. So now you can enter your sales on January. You can enter your sales on February. You can enter your sales on March. You can enter your sales on April. You can enter your sales on May. And then at the end of the day, you can calculate down here the total sales meant on January, February, March, April, May, and then you'll be able to determine which month did I sell more and which month did I sell less. Okay, so let's say sales for laptops, you meant 50k on January. For printer, you meant 45,000 on Feb. Sales went up. You meant 60k. In fact, let's just pick a quarter of a year. It's up to March. The sales you meant here was 64. It's 90. You meant 90,000 on April. You meant 7,000. Samsung, you high volume of sales on January. and then on February you had 40,000 sales, and then here you had then lastly we have sales here. This is sales. You can get rid of these two. Right, now if you want to know how much sales that you made on January and how much sales that you made on Feb and how much sales that you made on April, you can easily create a chart that actually gives you a graphical representation of how you performed in different months in terms of sales. We learned how to create that chart. It's going to be very simple. I'm just showing a practical application of Excel. So all you need to do is just highlight the data, and then you can go to insert and you pick any of these charts. We can use this 3D, and then here you are. So you can notice that on March there was high sales of printer. It's estimating up to around 90,000. So by simply having this graphical representation of your sales, and we can indicate here, we click away. This is supposed to be sales of the first quarter of the year. Then you click away. So by basically tracking your sales here, you are able to create a chart that actually shows you how your sales went. You can tell that you made a lot of sales on Techno tablet on this month of January. You made a lot of sales on Samsung phone still on the month of January compared to the rest of the months. And you can also tell that the highest selling product during the first quarter of that year, it was printer, and that sale occurred on March. Okay, so this is how you can apply Excel in real life to really get or analyze your data and get information that can help you make better decisions. So if you notice that sales for a specific product dropped at a given month, then you can ask yourself, what happened this month? Is it that we stopped marketing this product, or what really happened? And then from there you can make a decision that would help you make better sales next month. Okay, now let's do one more thing, and then we are going to wrap this lesson. Before we do that, let's give a title to our chart here. Select the chart, go to layout, and then go to chart title, and then click above chart, and then let's call this one sales. Sales per quarter, sales first quarter, sales first quarter, of 2022. Then you click out. So this graph will show you how your sales went and how you performed each and every month. And if you really want to know the average how much you have. Just a minute. If you really want to know the total sales of laptop in the first quarter, you can always come here and calculate the total sales. You can actually type total sales and you can find out the total sales for the first quarter on laptops. You click there and you go to formula. We want sum. You go to mass trigonometric and then you scroll down here. We are looking for sum. You pick sum and then you select this data that you want to actually calculate, first quarter of the year. You click OK, and then those are your sales on laptops. You can click that dot on the bottom right corner and then you drag down using the leftmost button. There you are. So now you can tell that at the end of that at the end of that year, at the end of that quarter, these are the sales that you made on laptop, these are the sales that you made on printers, and these are the sales that you made on Samsung phone, these are the sales that you made on Tecno tablet. You can also find average sales per month. Average sales per month. All you need to do is you click here and then you enter average. Okay, and that is going to give you the average sales each month. How much? January, February, March, April. Let's do it. You click there. You go there to the formula bar, and then let's go to formulas, mass trigonometric function, and then you look for average. Actually average, you'll find it in statistical, so we go to more functions, we go to statistical, and then you pick average, and here it is. Then you need to select the data for which you want to calculate the average. So I want average from top to the bottom down there, and then you click OK. Let's see whether we can autofill it across. I'm not sure whether this one will get us anything, but let's see. We only want the average. Actually want to know the total average per quarter. Exactly, there you go. So you can see your average sales on January, average sales on Feb, and you can tell by what you have here. On Feb, sales went down, and then we have average sales on March. Compare average sales on March and on January. On March you sold more, and then on April sales dropped. So March was the highest selling month. Okay, and then with that data you can ask yourself, what did I do March that meant me to sell more products that I didn't do on January, that I didn't do on Feb, and that I stopped doing on April? That way you are able to figure out why your business is doing the way it's doing, and what are some of things that you're doing that will enable you to sell more and bring more revenue to your business. So Excel is a very valuable tool in business, in organizations, and in other institutions. So I want you to master how to really work with the data in Excel, really practice and get good at this, because you're going to be using it in performing some of these data analysis, simple data analysis, but ones that will help you really understand what is happening in your business if you're employed, what is happening in a given organization if you are employed, or what is happening in your own business. If you decide to set up your own business, then you can use Excel to track your business and really understand what is happening in your business and help you make better decisions that will help you improve your business. So that is it for this lesson, and I just wanted to give you how you can use Excel as a tool to actually help you in the real world, and how we applied it. That is exactly how we applied. So whether you are an accountant, or whether you are in sales, or whether you are someone who is supposed to track a specific data for some reason, or whether you are as a researcher, you want to go out and carry out research and analyze and come up with conclusions, I have shown you how you can use Excel as one of the powerful tools of technology that you can use to analyze data and be able to retrieve key information that will help you to make key and quality decisions. So practice, practice, practice. And this terminates the end of MS Excel application package. In the next video lesson, we are going to be kicking off with a totally brand new package, and that is Microsoft Access. In the meantime, practice, get good, try different scenarios, and use Excel to analyze your data and see what you can come up with. Really get good with pie charts, get good with line charts, and get good with column charts. They will help you, and they'll be a very great tool as you work with data in any given scenario. So take your time. I want to take you back here. Take your time and do what you did in fee payment. Practice that. Create your own data and see how it goes. Take your time and come and work with what you've just done, which was we just did sales. Let's see where that is. I'm looking at the data that you just worked on. Where is the data? Fee payment, research data. Okay, great. Sales. Was that sales? Let's see. Field data. Okay, let's see. We just give me a minute. I want to trace great. I was just tracing this. So get really good at working with Excel. Practice what you've done with fee payment system. Practice what you've done with tracking your sales, and make sure that you build those fundamental skills. They are going to help you now or probably in the future. I will see you in the next video lesson as we dive into a totally brand new computer application package that we call Microsoft Access. Until then, work on your skills, improve your skills, and master what you've done up to this point.